Good morning. If you have not done so, please take your seats. In a few minutes, we will begin our ceremony. But before we do, some basic information and housekeeping. First, please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices at this time. Photography. You are welcome to take photos and videos of the service, but please be mindful of those around you. Also, our graduates will be walking down the outer aisles and across the rows between boxes, so please do not stand in these spaces and block the graduates' progress. Restrooms. Restrooms are located upstairs behind the brass quintet, right over here. The main stairwell is located to the right of the audience by the climbing wall, around here. There are also restrooms in the back hallway, which will become accessible once our graduates have processed into the arena. Masks and distancing. Young Harris policy requires visitors to wear their masks at all times while indoors on campus and outdoors when within 6 feet of others not in your party, unless directed otherwise by the President. Young children. We know that an event like this can be overwhelming for our younger guests. If you need a space with less stimulation for a child, room 200, which is located upstairs to the right of the main desk, is available for you with a live stream of today's ceremony. Processional music. When the brass quintet begins playing Pomp and Circumstance, we ask that you please rise, if you are able, in honor of the graduates. And finally, at the conclusion of today's ceremony, please remain in your places until all of the graduates have left the arena, at which time you will be free to depart by the doors through which you entered. Our ceremony will begin in a few moments. Thank you.
Welcome to Young Harris College's midday commencement for the class of 2021. Please remain standing for the invocation by Kathleen Chance.
Let us pray. Gracious God, you create life from the earth on which we dwell and breathe into it new life and meaning. You empower us to become a community of learning, virtue, and piety. Today, we celebrate our graduates. We give thanks for their achievements and offer praise for their wisdom and understanding. Guide them to hear the sound of the genuine in themselves, and that they may continue to excel in leadership, scholarship, and service. That they may come alive to lives of fulfillment and joy, and that they may prosper and flourish in their vocations. We give praise to the great cloud of witnesses who provided and provide vision to make our life together possible. We give thanks to the parents, families, and friends of our graduates for their accompaniment to this point and their perseverance and dedication to their loved ones. For the faculty, staff, and administrators who have guided this class of graduates throughout their years of study, we give thanks for their leadership, scholarship, teaching, and service. We give praise for their graceful presence and compassionate shepherding. Bless our gathering as we try to weave our story into yours. As this chapter on our lives closes, so a new one begins. We present ourselves like an open book before you. Come and inscribe your words of life into our lives. Fill our minds with your thoughts, fill our bodies with your strength, fill our hearts with your dreams to pursue and attain to even greater knowledge and insight, that the ordering of our society and its affairs might be improved, that justice and mercy might prevail, and that all our efforts would improve the common good. Amen.
You may be seated. Thank you, Kathleen. Graduates, family members, and guests, over the past 18 months, we as a people have weathered the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm proud of how our students, employees have followed our protocols that we had to put into place. We've even had to reimagine the traditional ceremonies such as this. I realize, though, that this is not how the class of 2021 had hoped that their last official event at YHC would play out. Therefore, I am making one last modification to today's protocols. Graduates and guests, while you are in your assigned seating boxes, and if you maintain your distance from those not in your party, you may remove your masks if you feel comfortable doing so. This modification applies only while you're in your box. So graduates, please wear your mask when you are called to approach the stage and during the recessional. And guests, if you need to use the restroom or leave the box to take photos, please make sure that your mask is on when you do so. Family members and encouragers, thank you for being steadfast for your students. This moment is as much for you as it is for our graduates. The Young Harris College community is profoundly aware of a graduate who could not join us today. David Akeem Harville Smith. David passed away unexpectedly last month, only a few weeks before completing his Bachelor of Arts degree in music. His absence today leaves an indelible hole in our community and in this ceremony. The purple ribbon that the graduates and many members of the faculty and staff have added to their regalia is in memory of David, as is the portrait of him to my right, your left, where and this will be where the graduates will have their last photo made. The college has awarded him his degree posthumously and making him the first formal member of the class of 2021. I ask that you all join me in a moment of silence to remember David. Thank you. I would now like to call to the stage the Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Young Harris College, Kurt Moman.
Good morning, afternoon, whichever the case may be. First, let me welcome you and say it's great to have you here. It's great to see you in person, even if we're separating, distancing in pods, but awfully good to be able to celebrate like this. On behalf of the Young Harris College Board of Trustees, I want to welcome you and extend our congratulations on this significant achievement in your life. I think in addition to probably most of the challenges you expected when you came to college, COVID was probably the last thing you would expect to have to work with as well. So despite all of that, you persevered, you survived, and here you are today to celebrate, and we're glad to see it. As you move into your careers, or some of you on to advanced degrees, we wish you the best. We ask that you keep us posted, and please do that through the Alumni Office of significant developments in your life as you go forward. We do want to hear from you. Please come back and visit, certainly on alumni weekends when you can visit and network with other alumni, but other times as well. So again, it's great to have you here, and as you go forward, all the best.
Thank you, Kurt. Today we were to offer an honorary degree to a gentleman who meant a lot to Young Harris College, the University System of Georgia, and the state of Georgia. An honorary degree, when you look at it from the Latin, means for the sake of honor. And this award is bestowed upon people who, through their life accomplishments, have exemplified the values of the awarding institution. Three words that are a focus for Young Harris College are educating, inspiring, and empowering. Today's recipient of this honor had lived and practiced these areas since his graduation from this college in 1962. Henry M. Hank Huckabee was to receive an honorary doctorate in the Young Harris College Medallion today. Sadly, Mr. Huckabee passed away on April 14th. In your commencement program, you will find information about Hank and Amy. You can read of Mr. Huckabee's accomplishments and honors, and today we will honor Mr. Huckabee posthumously. To my left is a table with the awards that Mr. Huckabee was to receive today and a photo of Mr. Huckabee. The table is located at the foot of the ramp that today's graduates will use to ascend the stage. It is a reminder of the good that one Young Harris College graduate accomplished, and it's an encouragement that they may know that they can also accomplish great things. So graduates, I ask that as you look at that, as you come to receive your degree, remember that you can go anywhere from here. Due to the sudden loss of Mr. Huckabee, Miss Amy Wood Huckabee, also of the class of 1962, and who was going to receive the college medallion, could not be with us today. We will award her the medallion at a later time. Henry M. Hank Huckabee dedicated his life to his calling as a public servant and educator. From being a college instructor to leading the University of Georgia system, Mr. Huckabee always remained a humble servant. Whereas Henry M. Huckabee spent his life promoting education as key to peace and self-worth, and whereas he humbly served the state of Georgia, taking on any challenge offered to him, and whereas he inspired countless people through his words, his sincerity, and his caring, and whereas Mr. Huckabee made a mission in his life to empower people and to be confident in who they are, and by standing and speaking for those who had no standing or voice in matters of higher education in the state of Georgia. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Young Harris College, I award Henry M. Huckabee the Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters. While this degree is awarded posthumously because of Dr. Huckabee's spirit and his impact on higher education in the state of Georgia, when we refer to him, we will always refer to him as Dr. Henry Hank Huckabee. Please join me in honoring this wonderful leader and proud Young Harris College graduate. The Young Harris College Medallion is the highest honor given by this institution. Each year since 1969, the medallion has been awarded to an alumnus, alumna, or friend of the Young Harris College who has made extraordinary contributions to the college. As you have heard from this platform and read in the program, the accomplishments and accolades regarding Dr. Henry M. Huckabee, Young Harris College is deeply appreciative for the leadership, guidance, and direction of Dr. Huckabee. Dr. Huckabee was an active and supportive alumnus and member of Alumni Association. He was elected as a college trustee in 2005, and he had chaired the Academic Affairs and Endowment Committees. He was also presented the Leuventas Award by the Young Harris College Alumni Association. Therefore, as president of Young Harris College, it is my great honor to posthumously award the Young Harris College Medallion of Honor to Dr. Henry M. Hank Huckabee.
Every year at commencement, the college recognizes its outstanding graduates with a number of awards. These awards are not announced beforehand, so only the recipients of awards announced earlier or participating in this ceremony will be announced at this time. The graduating student or students with the highest grade point average are presented with the Clegg Outstanding Scholar Award, named for Dr. Charles R. Clegg, who served as the president of Young Harris College from 1950 to 1963. For the class of 2021, there are 3 recipients, all of whom participated in this morning's ceremony and graduated with a 4.0 cumulative grade point average. Our first recipient from Sugar Hill, Georgia, earned her Bachelor of Arts in English with a minor in Spanish. She was a member of the Honors Program and was inducted into Alpha Chi. Our second recipient from Houston, Georgia, earned her Bachelor of Arts in Spanish with a minor in History. She, too, was a member of the Honors Program as well as a member and manager of the softball team. And our third recipient from Cumming, Georgia, earned her Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies with minors in Business and Public Policy and in English. She, too, was a member of the Honors Program and was recently inducted into Alpha Chi. The recipients of the 2021 Charles R. Clegg Outstanding Scholar Award are Kristen Brown, McKenna Malott, and Aaron Tozier. At this morning's ceremony, we presented 3 additional awards. Recipients of these awards are selected by a committee of faculty members, staff members, and administrators who review nominations and select the graduates who best represent the qualities associated with each award. The descriptions you are about to hear are the words of those who nominated them. The Young Harris College Spirit Award recognizes a graduate who best exemplifies the Young Harris spirit, that ineffable characteristic that students and alumni know makes the college a unique and special place. Recipients have demonstrated outstanding levels of personal integrity, friendliness, and engagement with the campus community. The 2021 recipient is a great role model, an encourager, and an individual of quiet excellence and unwavering support for her friends and peers. She is a person who never speaks ill of others, a person who faces disappointments and difficulties with grace, and a person whose artistic gifts and designs are widely admired and appreciated. The recipient of the 2021 Young Harris College Spirit Award is Sarah Faniff. Young Harris is one of 70 colleges and universities in the Southeast that present annual awards in honor of Algernon Sidney Sullivan and Mary Mildred Sullivan. Established in 1890, these awards recognize college graduates of noble character who have acted as humble servants by putting service to others before self-interest. The recipient of the Mary Mildred Sullivan Award joined us this morning. She is an exemplar of the YHC student body, dedicated not only to her own intellectual development, but to the intellectual development of others. A member and leader of multiple student organizations, a peer tutor, a Pitt Scholarship recipient, and an engaged undergraduate researcher. This person is empathetic, compassionate, sincere, and someone who serves as an excellent ambassador to YHC now and long after she graduates. The recipient of the 2021 Mary Mildred Sullivan Award is Erin Tozier. The recipient of the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award is participating in this ceremony. He is one of the college's hardest working students, but he has a benevolent heart, tutoring local students and volunteering in vaccination clinics. A member of SOUL, or Student Opportunities for Leadership Through Engagement, he regularly tackles weeds in the YHC garden to ensure a plentiful crop to donate to the town's county food pantry. His passion for service, coupled with his persistence in academics, has led him to choose a career in which he can serve the underserved as he plans to pursue both his JD and his MD degrees. The recipient of the 2021 Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award is Kurt Mueller. Our final award, which was made this morning, is the Zell B. Miller Leadership Award, named in tribute to the Honorable Zell B. Miller, class of 1951, the longtime Young Harris College trustee who served as Georgia's governor and U.S. Senator. This award recognizes the graduating student who has made significant contributions to campus life at Young Harris as an outstanding leader and role model. This year's recipient has been an exemplary student in every regard. She is not only an outstanding scholar, but also an engaged citizen, an individual who leads with integrity and resolve while seeking common ground and understanding. She has balanced her academic studies with working in the local community, serving as a peer mentor, and leading the Student Government Association. The recipient of the 2021 Zell B. Miller Leadership Award is Victoria Beck. It is now my honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Paige Davis. She joins us from Hershey, Pennsylvania. She describes herself as a proud Army kid and plans to pursue a career as a research archivist. Today, she earns her Bachelor of Science degree in psychology with a minor in English. And she would like you all to know that if you ever see her walking quickly between buildings in the springtime, that may have something to do with her severe and irrational fear of butterflies. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Paige Davis.
Hello, everyone. As Dr. Pierce mentioned, my name is Paige Davis. I'm extremely honored, and if I'm being honest with you here, just a smidge nervous to be standing up here talking to all y'all today. If you had told me 4 years ago that I would be elected as the student keynote speaker at graduation, I would have smiled very politely and assumed that the Georgia heat had gotten to your head. Nevertheless, here I am. As the audience is made up of my fellow classmates and not the various different hunks that Harrison Ford has portrayed throughout his illustrious career, I'm quite certain that this is not a dream. As a member of the Bachelor's of Science program, I've acquired a vast amount of knowledge over the past 4 years. Most interestingly is that there's a bona fide, genuine, scientific term for practically anything and everything you can think of. When I think of the graduating class of 2021, the scientific term that comes to mind is adaptation. Science Dictionary defines adaptation as any change in the structure or behavior of a species which helps it become better fit to survive in its environment. If we look at the Young Harris College graduating class of 2021 as its own strand within the broader genus of college students, we would see a unique positive trend in adaptation over a 4-year time period. Translation, our graduating class has become really, really great at dealing with change. As freshmen, we came into a shifting campus community. With a change in administration as well as policy, our class kind of found itself stuck in the middle between what was and what now is. We took this opportunity to customize our surroundings, keeping the bits we liked and getting rid of those we didn't. Sophomore year saw the rise of several new social and political movements. Not only did we accept them, but we embraced them, creating a more caring and inclusive campus climate. Junior year was full of several vexing situations. In October, the scientific overlords that be decided to introduce APA 7th edition. For those of you who have no earthly idea what I'm talking about, let me let you in on this little controversy here. APA is the preferred citation format of the scientific community. Up until October of last school year, we had been learning APA 6th edition. And right as we were getting good at it, they decided to rip it out from under us, just so we could relearn APA 7th edition, which is practically APA 6th edition, with the punctuation moved around. It was trying, to say the least. Then, of course, there was that little snafu with the global pandemic. Y'all remember, we left for spring break and ended up spending an extended period of, I'm gonna use the word fellowship with our families. We took to our kitchen tables, our bedrooms, and our basements to continue our education. Though it was tough, there were some positives. We became experts at using WebEx, Microsoft Teams, and VoiceThread. We proved our resourcefulness by working together to MacGyver up the textbooks and materials we had left at school. And, most importantly, we got to meet our professors' pets. I'd like to take this moment to send a shout out to Dr. Bogan's cats, Scout and Atticus, who were the cutest TAs that the psychology department has ever had. Our senior year has been quite different than those who graduated before us and those who will graduate after us. We had to hike up and down that giant hill outside of Goolsby wearing masks. We had to learn in de-densified classrooms that went online for several weeks when the COVID cases on campus rose to unsafe levels. We had to give up spending time with each other in our dorms to comply with the social distancing guidelines. We lost a dear classmate. Yet, through it all, we kept going, recognizing that these less than desirable situations are the building blocks of character. And my goodness, aren't we just a skyscraper's worth of character by now? I'd like to end my speech by asking my fellow graduates to stand. I know we're in uncomfortable shoes, but it will only take a minute, so if y'all could just stand up real fast, thank you. I know we didn't practice it yesterday either. All right, now, everybody take a good look at those who are standing and ask yourself this question. Do they look broken? From my vantage point, I see a group of fantastic individuals who have had to bend, who have had to twist, and who have had to completely rework themselves in every possible way imaginable over the past 4 years, but I can assure you that not one of them is broken. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why the scientific term for the Young Harris College graduating class of 2021 is adaptation. Thank you. Y'all can sit down now.
Young Harris College has a long tradition of educating exceptional performing artists. This morning, we feature a performance by a current student and a former student. Rex DiPietro has just completed his sophomore year at Young Harris, where he is pursuing a Bachelor of Arts in Music. Suzanne West, who will accompany him, is a member of the class of 1985. Together, they will perform Concerto in E-flat Major, Movement 2 by Haydn. Now we come to the heart of today's ceremony, the presentation of candidates and the conferring of degrees. Candidates, as you prepare for your moment on the stage, I want to share a piece of advice that Reverend Phil DeMoore, class of 1963, gave to your predecessors a couple of years ago. He said, "Never forget to say thank you." I want to make sure you have an opportunity to thank a couple of important groups of people who helped you get here today. First, many of you had the opportunity to attend Young Harris because you received financial support from a donor, an alum, or a member of the Board of Trustees. These are the people whose generosity, advice, and unstinting support make Young Harris College possible. And now that you too are making the transition from student to alumni, we hope that when you are able, you will help support the next generation of mountain lions. Would all trustees, alumni, and scholarship donors please rise so that our graduates may thank you. Second, the degrees you have earned are based upon the recommendation of the faculty, the finest group of teachers and scholars assembled anywhere. People who have taught you and graded you, advised you and supported you during your years at Young Harris. You have also been sustained by the work of our tireless staff, every one of them a consummate professional whose most important goal has been your success. Along with your classmates, these are the people you will recall years from now when you think back to your time in the Enchanted Valley. Assembled faculty and staff members in attendance, please stand so that the members of the class of 2021 may thank you one last time. And finally, few people can make a journey like the one you have completed alone. Each of you has a unique support network, a community of individuals who gather today to celebrate your achievement, but it is an achievement you could not have made without them. I therefore ask all parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses, children, friends, colleagues, and significant others to rise so that the graduates may thank you for all you have done to make today possible. And now, it's time. Would all candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music Education, and Bachelor of Science please rise? President Van Horn, it is my privilege to confirm that these members of the class of 2021 have completed all program requirements developed by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Young Harris College Board of Trustees in the state of Georgia, I hereby confer upon you the degrees you have earned with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Graduates in the first two rows, please make your way to the stage and come forward on one at a time when Dr. Pierce calls your name to receive your diploma. Graduates in the third and subsequent rows may sit until called on by the marshals to the stage.
Holden Omar Baisden. Jacob Scott Burgess. Judith Brianna Elizabeth Clemens. Christian Anderson Sims Greer, cum laude. Carly Elizabeth Hiller, magna cum laude, honors program graduate. Emily Christine Melendez, magna cum laude. Kurt Theodore Mueller, summa cum laude, honors program graduate. Michaela Jade Chapelier. Molly Reagan Cornwell. Colton Kyle Pritchett, cum laude. Shelby Marquita Cook, cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Emerson, cum laude. Neely Marie Gibson, cum laude. Courtney Diane Giles, summa cum laude. Margaret Ann Pierce. Adriana Denise Reed, magna cum laude. Amber Rose Vicroy. Mallory Nicole Downs, cum laude. Kelsey Amanda Floyd. Mark Jacob Howington. Joshua Owen Noctree. Ansley Grace Coles, cum laude, honors program graduate. Jaden Brooke Dean. Savannah Megna, cum laude, honors program graduate. Peen Anna Van Kampen, magna cum laude. Alicia Christine Floyd, cum laude. Brian Miles Free. John Connor Lamondo. Nicole Rochelle Sewell. Bryce Richmond Austin. Kathleen Rose Chance, magna cum laude. Heather Jean Clark. Paige Montgomery Davis. Kaylee Ann Foster, magna cum laude. Derica Lachelle Harpool. Tiffany Amber High. Avery Victoria Jordan. Kelly Elizabeth Kennedy, magna cum laude. Shaylin Brooke Lee. Fatima Murphy. Christian Panisha. Austin Caleb Pennington. Kaylee Elise Sample. Heather Suzanne Schull, summa cum laude. Tyler Vickers. Madison Elizabeth Vineyard. Kai Ashanti Wade.
It is the tradition at the commencement for the president to impose a duty, responsibility, obligation upon the graduates. It's called a charge. What it is a fancy way of saying that I'm supposed to give you some advice. Since you've gotten yourselves this far without my advice, it isn't clear that you need any from me now, except maybe watch your step down the ramp. As you start your life, it can seem that society runs itself. You may feel that, for the most part, it proceeds according to the forces outside the control of any individual. I challenge you not to fall into that way of thinking. You know that without your talents and your skills and your spirit, our nation and our world will not be able to overcome the current and future challenges that we have. You know that one person truly can make a difference, and each of you is just that sort of one person to do it. I ask the graduates to stand. Because of what I said, therefore I charge you to affirm yourself each morning and others each day. Because those who lead change are people of affirmation. I charge you to do all that you can to encourage more humility, more respectfulness, more generosity, and more kindness. If we have more of these traits, I know things will improve. I charge you to go into the world and serve, inspire, and empower, always remembering that you can learn through your service and that there will always be someone who needs your help. But you have to remember, the true test of a servant is how you feel when someone treats you like a servant. I charge you to offer solutions, not just complaints. It's easy to complain, and that's why so many people do it. What we need are problem solvers. And from what I know about you, that's what you are. I charge you to carry this college, this place, within yourself as a refuge and a place of strength. Let the experiences of this place be a comfort to you. And please come back to see us. It would break our hearts if we never saw you again. Graduates, you have overcome many challenges to get to where you are today. Hear me clearly. You will face moments of truth in the future. That's when the stakes are extremely high, when you must rise to the occasion. These moments of truth may be a crisis, could be an opportunity, or an opportunity to assist someone in need, someone who needs a person to stand up for them or support them, or the moment when you must stand up for your values and your beliefs. It won't matter how you arrive at that moment, whether you're there by intent or by chance. In that moment of truth, you must not allow fear to overcome, especially fear of failure. Thomas Edison failed 200 times before he invented the light bulb. One critic asked him about all of his failures and how he felt about them. He said, "I learned 200 ways how not to make a light bulb." That's the kind of attitude I want you to have about failure. And always remember that failure is an event, it's not a person. I charge you to keep moving forward. In your moment of truth, if you worry that you may not be able to live up to what is expected of you or what you expect of yourself, I hope you remember one thing, and that is you're a young Harris College mountain lion, and mountain lions don't retreat. I charge you to be a steward of the environment. You are responsible to the generation who will follow you, and you must pass on to them a world that they too can enjoy. And finally, I charge you to seek God. There will come a time when all you have to cling to is your faith that there is a God. Emerson said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are truly tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Another way we say that in the South, where we like to combine words, one of my favorites is spitting image, which we use when we talk about a child and their relationship to a family member, like that's the spitting image of his father. That's actually a combination of two words, spirit and image. I know that you have the spirit of a mountain lion. I've watched your successes. I've watched how you overcome challenges. And what I will tell you is, you have the image of world changers to me. We're proud of you. May God go with you and bless you. To signify that you have earned your degrees, you may now move your tassels from the right side of your mortarboard to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join me in congratulating the newest graduates of Young Harris College. Now please remain standing as Professor Jeff Bauman comes and leads us in the singing of our alma mater, and the words of which are printed in the program. And remain standing, followed by the benediction by the Reverend Ryan Snyder. Professor Bauman.
Where our hearts all lie. hail thee, alma mater dear, thy purple and thy white. Though time may pass o'er these dear halls, we'll still come back to thee, and still we'll cherish memories of our days at YHC. We're true to thee, dear YHC, thy fame is our delight. We hail thee, alma mater dear, thy purple and thy white.
Hear now the benediction. As your classes are now complete, may you still strive toward excellence in all you do. As your lectures have concluded, may your voices rise up to pronounce justice and mercy and peace in the world. And as the fanfare begins to cease, may you sing of joy, even in the dark and lonely places. As you leave this place, may your achievements grow and cause growth in your communities. And finally, may the grace and peace of our God go with you wherever God may send you. May God guide you in the wilderness. May God protect you in the storm. And may God bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. And may God bring you home rejoicing again into our doors. Amen.
Amen.